Hello friends, welcome to my channel Simple Gardening. Today in this video we will be discussing on how to grow fruit trees in pots or containers. Many gardeners has a question, can I grow a fruit tree in a pot? The answer is yes, and it is very easy to grow. Due to urbanization, most of enthusiastic gardeners doesn't have much earth or soil to grow plants. So there is an option for those enthusiastic gardeners. In order to grow fruit trees, they can opt containers, any type of container, whether it's clay, cement, plastic, or whatever. Here you can see I grow different types of fruit trees like kumquat. This is mandarin orange, also called as colomondan orange, and lemon trees, apple bear, as well as sweet orange. This is sweet orange. I am growing it in an 18-inch pot. So friends, it's not a tough thing to grow a fruit tree in a pot. If you don't have sufficient space, then you can opt for a container. But there are some precautions we have to take if you want to grow a fruit tree in a container. Let us see those precautions in detail. In order to grow a fruit tree successfully in a pot, 5 factors need to be considered. The first one is size of the pot. The second one is the type of plant or fruit tree you are selecting. The third important factor is the natural factor, it's the sunlight. The fourth one is watering schedule, and the final one is fertilizer schedule. Let us talk in detail about these 5 factors so that we get a very good harvest in a period of 1 or 2 years. Growing fruit trees in containers require patience. Unlike vegetables, these fruit trees will not yield within 3 months of planting or 6 months of planting. It minimum takes 1 year. There are some varieties of plants which start to fruit in 6 months, but majority of fruit trees start to fruit in a period of 1 year, and good yields will start from the second year onwards. To grow a successful fruit tree, selection of the plant is very important. Never select a plant which is directly grown from seed, because a plant which is being grown directly from seed will start yielding fruits from 10th year or else 15th year. It takes forever, as well as the fruit will not be a true type to its parent. So we have to opt either air layered plant or else a grafted plant, because air layered or grafted plants will start fruiting within a period of 1 year or else 2 years, and the true to type to its parent plant will be almost 95 to 99% exact. So see, this is a grafted plant. Always prefer to select a grafted fruit plant. Basically, a grafted fruit tree is nothing but the required plant is being grafted onto a healthy rootstock. Once it is grafted onto a healthy rootstock, within few months, the inserted scion into the grafted place will start into a new plant with new characters, taking the food from the rootstock. So this is called as grafted plant. Once you had selected a grafted fruit tree, the second important factor we need to consider is the size of the pot. Any type of fruit tree can be grown in a minimum of 12-inch diameter pot, but the best size for a fruit tree is 16-inch diameter pot. So while you are selecting a pot, please ensure there are sufficient drainage holes, because if there is no drainage hole, the plant will rot and eventually it will die. So we have to consider there should be a minimum of 5 to 6 drainage holes, so that whenever we water the plant, the extra amount of water will be drained out from these holes, and it keeps the plant root dry and moist at the same time, giving a very good health to the root system of the plant. I usually select a 16-inch diameter pot. This is a 16-inch diameter pot, and most of my fruit trees are being grown in this size of the pot. And once the holes are being made into the pot, now let us see the soil ratios or the soil media which is very useful for the plant. When you are growing vegetables, the potting media is different, whereas for the fruits the potting media should be different. The fruit trees are perennial, which means a plant which grows more than 1 year are called as perennials. So most of the fruit trees have a very abundant root growth, so it should have a very good soil media so that the roots will anchor very well. Here I have used 40% of red soil, 40% of coco peat and 20% of vermicompost. That's it. That is the soil media I am using to grow fig trees. These two are fig trees. They are vernacularly called as Anjeer plants. So they are grafted plants and they can yield in a period of 1 year. These are 6 months old saplings. They are being grafted onto a healthy rootstock. So now let us see how I plant the fruit trees, and this system of planting is applicable to whatever plant or fruit tree you are going to grow in a container. Just follow these simple steps and the plant will not die, and it will eventually grow into a very nice fruiting plant in the coming days. I have filled my two 16-inch diameter pots with the soil media, and I'm adding a handful or a 2 handful of my homemade organic fertilizer 18, 16, 14 of NPK. So this is for improving the microbial activity in the soil, as well as the nutrients present in this fertilizer will feed the plant for the next 1 month, and as well as it is a healthy food for the plants. So we need to dig a pit. Always remember, the size of the pit should be very much equal to the size of the root ball. It should not be lesser, it should not be greater than the root ball size, because if you make a deep pit which is bigger than the root ball, then the stem which is exposed to the natural environment will be covered by the soil, and there are chances of getting rotten while you are watering in the future days. So always remember, the depth of the pit or else the depth of the hole should be equal to the size of the root ball. So once you have planted it, just cover it and pat it so that there will be no air pockets, and the grafted union should be onto the top of the soil layer. It should not touch the soil. See here, the grafted position is there, and that is upper the soil layer. So there is no contact of soil to the grafted place. Because of this situation, the plant will not undergo any sort of viral contamination through the grafted place or else any sort of rotting, because the grafted position is very much far away from the soil top layer. Regarding the fertilizer schedule, once in a month, if it is a granular fertilizer, is sufficient for the plant, or else if you are using a liquid fertilizer, once in 15 days is sufficient for the plant. And in summer it's not required to fertilize the plants. Only rainy season and winter is enough for Indian conditions. Summer it's not required to fertilize the plants. And once you have applied the fertilizer, you need to immediately irrigate the pot. Regarding the watering schedule, if it is summer, twice in a week we need to water the pots, and if it is rainy season or winter season, once in a week. Always remember, before watering you need to check the top 2-inch layer of the pot whether it's dry or else it's moist. Then you have to water. If you overwater, the plant will die, and if you give less irrigation, the plant will wilt. So you have to be very careful while irrigating the plant. Before you water, just insert your index finger into the top 2-inch of your pot. If it feels dry, then it's time to irrigate the pot, and if it feels moist, then it's not required. Supple amount of moisture is available with the pot. So friends, growing a fruit plant in a container is very easy, and the most important factor is the sunlight, and it requires minimum of 8 hours of direct sunlight. If there is no direct sunlight, the plant production of fruit will be less. So friends, hope you liked the video, and Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel Simple Gardening. Thanks for watching. Happy gardening and have a nice day.